Welcome to Ami Athletics podcast episode. Like I said, but the numbers don't lie. This is the fastest growing, I think, most popular, especially Bukharian podcast, Bukharian Jewish podcast. It's the only podcast that should matter. And if you listen to it and you listen to the content and you're zoomed in, if you're here for the basketball, you're definitely going to love it. If you're not here for the basketball and you're here for the regular content, you're going to love it even more. We always have exciting content. We always have something to think about between all four of us. But with that being said, we're just going to jump right into it and introduce our guest who's been in the Z League, many Z League, Ami League, many years, who has been involved, been vocal. But on a personal note, we're going to introduce him. Eliran Aminov, please introduce yourself outside of basketball.
Outside of basketball, so hi
your
guys.
name, age, height,
OG Cap. OG Cap.
Thank
your
you
social
guys
security
for having
number.
me. Thank you, Rich, for having me. My name is Eliran Aminov. I am 28 years old. I own a seafood company. I'm a distributor, and I'm the captain of the yellow team.
Without the basketball, don't worry, we'll get to the captain.
So
married, kids, where do you live? What do you do?
I have a wife. I have a kid. I have a daughter.
Mazel tov.
Growing up, life was all about school.
Where'd you go to school?
I went to Shari Tzion.
Okay. Did you like it?
I loved it growing up. I used to miss school purposely.
Why?
To go to work.
No way.
With my father, yeah.
Meaning because you didn't like school because you wanted to make money.
You're an old
I wanted
schooler.
to make money.
And your dad would pay you at like 10 years old?
My father would pay me, yeah.
Oh, good for
I
you.
was very spoiled as a kid growing up.
Okay.
I used to go shopping, Black Friday shopping at 12 a.m. My father would just let me. He goes like, here's $100, go take it.
Let me ask you a question. Would you do that for your kid or do you feel like
No, I would never do that for my kid.
You're saying put more...
I just think nowadays it's more tougher on kids. I just think it's more dangerous now with everything going on. There's robbers going around. There's just a lot of things going on now.
So you would never let your kid go at 12 a.m.?
Whatever my father did, that's with me. But with my kid nowadays, I wouldn't do that.
Wow, okay. So,
it's like saying nowadays for what I would do for my wife, as opposed to like when you're dating and you're going out on dates and spending money and doing this. I don't want my kid to do so much for his woman. I want him to appreciate. I want them to appreciate where.
What do you mean do so much for? What do you mean? He should.
So what I'm trying to
dating
say,
or he shouldn't like
show so much of himself. Meaning,
Well, that's the point of dating. He should show himself.
I think he's trying to say like you just don't overdo it and get them accustomed to certain standards, and then they might get used to it and take advantage, or God forbid, feel like if it's missing or our life is in shambles or something. We have to hold on to that simplicity in a sense. That's what he's trying to say, I think.
Okay, so you were in Shari Tzion. You used to miss a lot of school.
I went to TTI for high school.
They accepted you with all your absences?
I don't think people care about 1 through 8 as much as they care about high school, if you miss high school or not.
Okay.
But first, before I went to TTI, I went to Ezra.
Oh.
The co-ed school.
Why do you have to say it was co-ed school?
You're saying he's growing.
Growing up, I guess you wanted to talk to girls, this, that, so I went to that school.
Okay.
I wanted to go to Hank at first.
High school?
Yeah, it's a high school. Ezra.
He's saying after Shari Tzion, he went to Ezra.
So I went there for 9th grade. My mom took me out. She goes like, I'm sorry, but you're not going to be here.
Why?
She didn't want me to be basically like associated with the wrong people. The wrong crowd. It wasn't such a crazy school to be better with Hashem, be better in Judaism.
For you, right?
Yeah.
Some people works very well, but
shout out to Ezra.
So I went to TTI.
We played for Ezra, bro. How you sound?
You're a 96 kid?
96, correct.
So when we played, he was in 9th grade.
Yeah. Oh,
guys-
yeah.
Yeah.
you guys didn't
Were
see
you
each
that
other.
kid on the team that begged me for playing time?
Actually, I did go for the. I actually did try out for the Ezra team.
You were
In
good
ninth
back
grade?
then?
Yes.
Were
Back
you
then
on
you were
the
good?
Were you on the team?
I was basically like
Were you on the team?
no, but
Oh, so then we were.
I never felt more hated
Because
by
I
the
never
school
played.
playing more.
I never actually
like-
tried out for the team.
We were like,
You were all about the pickup ball in the park.
Yes, I wasn't as basic. Right
no
now, if I
organized
had that
ball.
knowledge right now to my 9th grade, I'd be
You'd be a superstar.
for sure.
Okay, anyway,
Wow.
moving on. Ezra Academy.
And then I went TTI.
Why'd you leave Ezra again?
My mom just didn't want me to be there
It
for wrong
is.
reasons.
Did you feel like it was a bad influence on you?
I think so, yeah.
In what way?
In a way where I wasn't caring about my studies, I cared more about doing the wrong things, and
The social scene.
yeah.
We're gonna leave that in, by the way,
Okay.
Michelle.
So you went to TTI.
I went TTI.
What grade is that?
I was in 10th grade. I finished out my
That's
year.
Rabbi Aminov?
Rabbi Aminov school.
Wow, nice.
I was very close to Rabbi Aminov.
You were?
Still
yes.
are?
We
Are you guys
still
related?
no, we're not
That's a
related.
good question.
Not all Aminovs are related.
No, but that's a solid question.
Yeah.
Like you asked, I'm like, what the?
Yeah.
We were very close growing up.
Okay.
Nice.
Even now, we're very close.
Beautiful.
He is my personal rabbi, so
You
I asked
call him?
I call him. I meet him sometimes. Actually, I did meet him last week.
Wow.
That, by the way,
Selach Harav.
no, that's a one, in my opinion,
Game changer.
game changer. It's one of the secret recipes that people don't know. Just to have someone, a mentor, and you in our culture, a mentor is a rebbe, but having a mentor in general can change a
Just
person.
personal advice in life.
Yeah. So our mentors are rebbeim.
Yeah.
Save us from a lot of pitfalls. A lot.
100%.
Yes, but yeah. So you were there 11, 12,
11, 12.
10th, 11th, 12th.
Graduated.
You graduated.
but I didn't graduate with a diploma.
Mm.
So you finished.
Finished, but the thing is, the reason why I never got my how do you call
Yeah.
my diploma was because I missed school a lot.
Mm.
Bro.
I know. I chose work over school.
Okay.
So
Listen,
and
each to their own. If you're not going to college,
so we
yeah,
started
why not?
school at 7:45.
Okay.
What time
My
did you get
last
there?
year, I used to get there at 9:30.
Ooh.
So for my last
Fashionably late,
year,
like a Bukhari wedding.
for
Yes.
the last year, I was getting basically like suspended left or right.
Oy vey.
So we just made a rule that I start class at 9:45.
The Elliot Aran Aminov rule.
Yeah.
And
I'm here so I don't get fined.
I agree with you. So that in life actually just changed my mindset about life.
Wow.
I used to work with my father after that. Used to wake up at 4 a.m. with him.
Whoa.
He's a baker.
You used to wake up. One second.
Yeah, I know. Rewind.
He's an old soul. You're
You
an old soul,
woke up
Aran.
at 4 a.m. and struggle, and your struggle was going to school.
I'm telling you.
It's
Listen.
priorities, bro.
Listen.
I changed my
They
life.
should have paid him to go to school. He would have been the first one.
No. I think it was a wake-up call for me. It's like, if something is important, you have to go grab it. You have to wake up in the morning.
Right.
And I
Right.
just didn't want to
Why
do
wasn't
that.
school important to you?
No, I love school, actually. I was
You just loved money more.
I was an A student. I loved basketball. I loved going to school just to go to recess, you know?
Mm.
And I just wanted to make more money, I guess. I needed it growing up. It's what we grow up, to be with. Your
Did
parents
you
always...
feel like growing up in your home, like I'll tell you, I'll give you an example. Sometimes people, when they grow up in a home where they felt like money was scarce, right, or money didn't come in easy, they saw their father really sweat, so they have this innate thing of like, I'm not gonna have that fear that my father has. I'm gonna be more secure, right? A lot of Bukharians have this.
Become professionals because of that.
Huh?
They become like professionals.
They be,
because of that.
I mean, their drive becomes. I know a few people, let's say, where their father, didn't make a lot of money or got sick, and they were growing up during that time where they're like, "Yo, we don't know where our money's coming in," and the kid, 9, 10, 11, whatever your old kid was just
Right.
like, "Yo, like I'm never gonna be stressed like that, where I don't know where money's coming in. I'm gonna work and I'm gonna kill myself to make sure that no matter where I am,
Right.
no matter what I do, I'm secure." So is
Right.
that the way you felt growing up in your home?
Not really. I was very fortunate enough. My parents were very fortunate enough to have. My father had a very well-known business. He was a baker. And growing up, I just looked up to him at times. This is what I want to do in my life. And he became like a distributor.
Okay.
I became the same way. I got into that.
Now it's with fish.
How'd you
Now
get
it's
to
with
fish?
So I met up.
Very
So
Wait
I was
for it.
Zaki,
I was very
talking to you.
connected with my father in the bakery, like department. And then I met this one guy who sold fish, and I was like, why don't I do it? It seems like an easy business. And slowly, then I'm 5 years in now.
Wow. Kol hakavod.
We have our own factory, and we're just building there.
May you
I'm
see
putting up.
continued success.
Thank you.
What,
man.
you went to yeshiva after high school or
I went
no?
to TJ.
Oh, there we go.
TJ.
So you went to Israel.
Day.
He went to Israel.
I was there for 3 years, yo. How you sound?
But the bad news is I only went for only 2 months.
Oh.
Gonna make money, bro.
Oh, I had nothing to do with that.
Why'd you leave after 2 months, bro? You're in Israel.
You just started. Yes, it's just getting hot.
Basically, I got tired of that life. You know how you start off with the wrong things in life, and then you end up steiging?
Right.
So I was doing the wrong things, was going out beaches, going out to drinks with all my buddies and stuff like that, and then you just start getting tired of it. Started sleeping in.
So the point of that is that once you start getting tired of it, you start showing up to the base, not go home.
Right.
So that was one of my biggest mistakes in my life. And I want to send my kid to yeshiva and like not make that same mistake that I did.
Oh, so you believe that was a mistake?
Of course.
Why?
Israel changes you as a person.
I mean, I agree on my level.
grow up on your
but I can't
own.
speak for everyone.
You grow up on your own. Besides the bad things or the good things, like you start your own life. You buy your own things, you cook your own things, you do your own laundry.
So people will counter that and say, why do I have to schlep you all the way to Israel? Just go to some yeshiva over here and do the same thing. You'll dorm there and you'll do all the same things.
It's not the same
argument we said.
feeling.
It's like if you want to be a jeweler, go be a jeweler in Minnesota. If you want to be a jeweler, go to 47th Street.
But why? What's the difference?
That's the center. If you want a center of growth for a 19, 18-year-old kid, you're going to Yerushalayim.
Yeah, you're saying
That's
it's
the
just
bottom line.
conducive, you're saying.
That's just what's going on.
I mean,
you're around a lot of people that
all-
way. It's the attitude, it's the approach, it's the mindset. I'm going to Israel to grow. When you're going down the block to learn, it's I'm going to learn. There's two.
Oh, well, so
different
you
attitudes.
Okay, you go to New Jersey, you go to like...
You're right, but it's still the mindset of I'm going to learn. Israel, you're going to grow. It's a different approach. And yes, listen.
There's some people who don't go, right?
Technically speaking, you are correct. Technically speaking, I can make money being a jeweler in Minnesota also.
Right. But
you go to 47th Street.
Okay,
I'm
gotcha.
saying the reason why Israel became a big thing was because you have to understand the push came from the Rabbanim, where does the word yeshiva come from, right? It's an old Slabatka from the shtetl. The word yeshiva is to sit, right? They used to have yeshivas not in the city, in Brooklyn or whatever. They used to have it somewhere in Timbuktu, 4 hours away by car, right? And it was when the kids would go there, they would write letters to their parents once every 6 months. And if their parents' house went on fire, the kid didn't even know. He just kept on learning, right? So that's where the idea came from, that there's no distractions, right? The idea of like when you boil a pot of water, if you're going to keep turning off the fire and turning on the fire, the water will never boil, right? It's got to sit there for an extended amount of time. So the idea is that when a kid, a child, a person goes there, he needs to be insulated over there. And it's funny because there's a story of Rav Nosson Tzvi Finkel who was coming from Skokie Yeshiva.
Yeah, I went there.
You went to Skokie?
Yeah.
No way.
I was there from 10 to 12.
It was probably a little bit more orthodox than it was back then.
Yeah. No, he's in the yearbook there, and he was on the basketball team.
He was on the basketball team.
Yeah.
Nosson Tzvi Finkel was actually a cool guy. He was
Alav
Shalom, Zechron Levracha also.
Yeah.
But and he went to visit Israel, and his uncle was the Rosh Yeshiva of the Mir, and his uncle's like, "Girl, you're staying here," and he's just like, "All right, cool. Like I don't know for how long," and he's like, "Yeah."
He becomes the Yeshiva, the biggest
They're not
yeshiva in the
going
world.
back, and he ends up staying there for the rest of his life, and not really going back. And then he brings his younger brother, Rav Gedalia Finkel, who I actually got very close to when I was in the Mir. But they come from very American backgrounds. But what changed them was being able to leave that life behind and really go and insulate themselves in the yeshiva, in the four, as they call it, the four walls.
But
of
the
yeshiva.
question is, do they really insulate themselves? He's telling me that they're going to do this, going to do that, and then like eventually, what? You just bump your head enough times, and then all of a sudden you just wake up
No, so
and start going to the base.
No, it depends who you are. But the main thing is to disconnect from the distractions that made you who you are. Okay, now you're going to replay that again. Disconnect from the distractions. We're going to put that on the side.
Oh, you're saying like here in New York?
Meaning, yeah,
going
there's
there.
a certain if you're shooting, let's use a basketball muscle, right? If your team is 0 for 7 because you guys don't play defense, you guys should start playing defense. So switch up the strategy because something's not working. It's the same idea.
But you need to call a timeout first to be able to
Saying I
reset.
could go to yeshiva in Israel and I could get an apartment in Tel Aviv and then I could go like on trips all day and I'm like,
Okay, so then you're still
I get
connected.
Cafe Ramon every day.
The idea is disconnecting from the bad habits that made that form the part of you that you don't like. And yeshivas in Israel, especially a yeshiva like TJ, but yeshivas in Israel are professionals in doing that surgery and helping the guy put a mirror in front of them, Migdash Melech, all these places.
Some guys a year, some guys 2 years, some guys 3 years.
Whatever, some guys 10 years, some guys never come back. Whatever it is,
Got
but helping them grow.
Nice.
You know, and the main part is through Torah.
Wow. So you went there for 2 months, then you came back, and then you went straight to work.
Went straight to work. But I'll be honest with you, I love to learn Gemara. I absolutely loved it.
Wow. What is it?
Huh?
Why does it speak to you? A lot of people don't always say that.
I like to argue.
Whoa, we do it for a living. You know, that's what favorite pastime, arguing.
But when I was about to leave, basically TJ, I was speaking to Rabbi Amanov, and he wanted to send me to Chavetz Chaim.
Ooh,
CCJ.
that's a real deal.
And I guess he saw my potential, and I said, I'll think about it, but I didn't end up going.
But you had the potential to do that.
Yes.
That's amazing.
I still have the potential to keep doing it, but I just have to make the time for it.
Opa, there we go.
Wow.
To be learned Talmud. But listen, we all have to know that Shulchan Aruch says we all have to make time in our work day to learn in the morning, to learn in the evening. What's one of the first questions they ask is after we die. It says that Torah. Did you set aside time to learn Torah? Not did you learn Torah? Yeah, I learned here. I put a CD and I listened to Gedal Fenster when I was driving home. You know, like not like that stuff. Like set aside, like it's like a date. You have a date with the Torah. Like you're there at this time, from this time, every single day, preferably the same time. And a lot of times, well, I'm busy. I have to be at work. I know people today who are entrepreneurs. They work every day, 11 to 2. 11 to 2. I'm like, how do you open your store for 3 hours? He's like, a lot of times at work, if you think about it, I'm not really working. I'm just like draying around, waiting for this guy to come, waiting for that. I'm wasting a lot of time. I'm on my phone. I'm get stuck in this traffic and that traffic, and I'm just like not really working. If you really compress all the time that you really like, if you put all the hours that you really work just all together, it's really just 3 hours, let's say 4 hours, whatever it is. So he's like, the guy said I caught on to that. So he's like, I said, you know, Hashem's gonna give me that bracha that I'm gonna learn in the morning till like 10, go home, take care of myself, go to work at 11. I'm gonna stay in shul from the morning till 10, and then go to work, come home 2, come back and take care of my stuff at home, go to shul, stay in shul after Mincha Arbi, learn, and then that's it. That's my day. I learn in the morning, learn in the evening, and he's busy with a lot of chesed projects, whatever. And he said, listen, whatever's meant for you is meant for you. Just like the man. The man used to fall, Parshat Aman, everybody was busy sending it around, saying it. The Segula this week, Parshat Aman, Parshat Bashalach. However much was for your family, it was Omer Legogolet, right? It was 1 Omer worth, 1 meal's worth for each person in your house. You would open the door, you would bring your basket, you would find 5 people in your family, it'll be 5 portions for your family. You took 6 because you were greedy, that one wouldn't last. By the time you got home, if ish, it would be rotten. It would be not edible. If you would go and have zechut, it would come closer to you. It would be by your door. If you didn't have zechut, you have to walk far, you have to look for it. And the sages say the same way as Parnassah today. Some people, they have to schlep and go all the way, they say in Hebrew, Sofa Olam Smola, then the world will make a left. And they have to go to the Parnassah. But some people, they just open the store, there's customers waiting outside, everyone just here, take my money, and it's just flying in. Why? Because you have the zechut. So we think 9 to 5, we have to go fit our 9 to 5. I know people work 8 to 8. I don't know a lot of people who work 8 to 8. That's crazy, but have to. It's impossible. According to Shar B'Tachon says, he says, according to your emunah is how much your parnassah will come to you. The more emunah you have, the less ishtadlut you have to do, the less effort you have to put. The less emunah you have, the more you're going to have to make it up. And you're going to have to do it less of a miracle. You understand? Rishon Bar Yochai says an argument, Rabbi Shmuel, in the Gemara, he says, how are you supposed to spend your time working or learning? He says, just learn, and everything will be worked out. Like Rishon Bar Yochai used to sit in the cave. There was a tree that grew next to him, the carob tree, the water used to stream next to him. That's it. They would never do anything. And then Rabbi Shmuel says, not everyone's on that level. The Gemara says a lot of people tried like Rishon Bar Yochai, didn't work. But the people did it like Rabbi Shmuel. Rabbi Shmuel says, listen, you got to work, you got to learn, you got to find the balance. The guys who work and they find the balance to learn, see tremendous bracha. The person has to believe in that.
What's your take? First of all, it says also V'abotech b'Hashem chesed yisovevenu.
Yeah.
So even if you have trust, kindness will surround you. My question to you is as follows: a lot of businessmen and a lot of people, in general, look at people who specialize in emunah. Like there's a lot of people who constantly put out emunah posts and emunah lines, one-liners on WhatsApp chats and all these type of things. And you look at these people and you're like, it seems like it seems like this is like an excuse to not work hard.
Mm.
It seems like it's coming. There's a little laziness over here. So where do you
bigger,
draw the
biggest
line?
harm.
It
That's-
depends. So I mean, it's gonna come down to very philosophical.
Ooh.
It depends how you define the word nature or natural, right? During the time of the man, they thought that it was natural, right? They thought that this is the way the world runs. And then when God told them that you have to take the seed and plant it in the earth, they thought like, what? You take this, you put it there, and that comes like that's absolutely mind blowing, right? So it depends what you, to answer your question. I'm gonna answer your question with a question. It depends what you call natural.
Right.
How does a person figure out? You see, we are human beings, and we are taught to constantly try to work on ourselves, work on what we can do, right? So if I believe that I need to work from 9 to 5, let's say, now I also believe that the Torah says I need to have emunah in Hashem, that He will give me, right? So I want to work on this. So I just start saying to myself, you know what? What am I working so hard for? Hashem's going to give me money. Let me work from 9 to 3, you know?
Right.
Or another direction, why am I thinking so hard how to make money? Let me just show up to work. Let me do a bare minimum.
Yeah.
Where is that line?
So
where is the
I'll tell
line
you.
of bare minimum and laziness?
Amazing.
And also, how much am I required to work on my emunah? Because if I go from an extreme, I work 9 to 5, and I say I'm working 9 to 2. It's kind of an extreme, right? So do I have to go 9 to 4? Do I have to work a drop? Like
Right.
what is the balance?
It's a very unbelievable question. I spoke to this a lot of people over the years. I remember I used to work with in the shul. There was a lot of guys who used to work for Chase. In the front office, back office, they were all watching the markets. They're all in the stock market. And I used to see them when they used to come into daven in the morning. I see his face. They would smile because the stock market was doing good. Everybody was like, "Oh, Rabbi, give us bracha, parnasa." You know, like, "Oh, what happened now? Like, what dropped? What tanked?" And I'm like, "Listen, would you guys like? How do you like manage this stuff?" He's like, "Oh, we watch Fox Money Watch. We watch this or this. We're always on the phone. We have even when on my lock screen it shows whether my stocks if it went down or up and up." I'm like, "What time does it close?" He's like, "They close like 8, 9 o'clock, whatever it is, the stock market." And I'm like, and you're still like busy with this stuff? Yeah, all night looking at graphs and there's 3-4 monitors, whatever. I'm like, okay, and you think that helps you? He's like, not one bit. Not one bit, not all that. At the end, we'll never ever really know what's going to be and how it's going to come out. And I could have had a whole game plan and planned like 5 steps ahead, and then in the end, something happened out of nowhere, and boom, I lost everything that I planned. And I thought it was 1,000% proof plan that I'm going to make money. And I said, so why do you do that? He said, I can't help myself. I have such an anxiety, and this helps me cope with my anxiety that like I'm planning and I think I'm in control. So like, and then I could sleep good at night. And I still have thoughts, you know. I said like that's the problem. Meaning you think that I have to do more to compensate for that anxiety, and you just need to translate and feed that with emunah. I'll tell you, a guy who wants to switch from 9 to 5, 9 to 3, if he's going to work 9 to 3 and as I say, bug out and be nervous and say, oh, but how am I going to make the month? Is that really? Look, I see there's customers walking the street. How am I closing the store? Like, this is foolish. So then he doesn't have the emunah yet. That means you're not ready for that. If you would be able to close the store and say, listen, whatever is meant for me is meant for me. I did my part. I'm not worried one bit, and walk home. Then that's for you. Then that's for you. Then that shows you have the emunah. How you feel in your heart. Do you have anxiety or do you not have anxiety? If you have anxiety, it means, you need to do more ishtadlut because you don't have the emunah. But if you don't have anxiety, it means you have the emunah, then you'll be able to get that level of working very little, doing less ishtadlut, and Hashem is going to give you. But you have to learn. What does it mean learn? Well, I just don't press a button. Oh, have emunah. That's it. I have emunah. Da-da. No, it doesn't work like that. You have to open the Chovot Levavot. You have to see the sources. You have to read Parshat Aman. If you study Parshat Aman with all the midrashim and all that stuff, you'll get such a crazy chizuk. You got to read Living Emunah on Parnasa. You got to read these stories, hear these chizuk, and then you start, in a way, brainwashing yourself to think the way the Torah wants you to think, and then you'll be able to do this.
It's brainwashing, but it's really getting removed from from the false realities.
Our whole life is here. We have a imagine Michelangelo, right, with an unfinished stone. And he already visions, the Torah already gave us the vision of what it's going to look like, right? Yeah. And we just have to hone our stone, cut the stone to make it fit what the Torah wants, and then that'll be our bliss, that'll be our life. Because if you think about it, kanita ma chasarta, the Gemara says. If you have wisdom, so then you have everything. That's it. Because if you could have a car, a house, a business, all this stuff, you don't know how to manage it. You have nothing. Okay, you have a bunch of stuff. It's not a life. You have a bunch of stuff. But if da'at chasarta makanita, that's why it says if you don't have no wisdom, you don't have knowledge, you don't have emuna, so then what do you have already? There's a bunch of stuff. But when you get knowledge, you get this emuna and parnasa, then you have everything. Then you'll be able to manage, have a beautiful life together.
Well said.
We should be zoche. You know, the Pele Yoetz, I'll end with this. The Pele Yoetz, and we'll go to the rankings. The Pele Yoetz says that he remembers that there was tremendous bracha in all the Jewish people's businesses is because they used to bring svarim to work. They used to bring svarim. He says once they stopped bringing svarim to work, he said that's when everybody had a difficult time and everybody's struggling and everybody says what's going to be. And you know what? Barbers in between customers and jewelers in between customers and hanging around, dangling around. Lunch is 45 minutes instead of 20 minutes, and like on Instagram scrolling. What's the slash? This happened. Instead of opening the book, let's learn something. And the guy says, listen, you can finish Masechtot like this every single day. You're learning. This is going to be our bracha. It's a Yitzhar. It says, why should I bring it? I know a guy. He brings his backpack every day to work. He's like, half the time I open the books, half I don't. But he says, my ishtalut is to bring those books. We should zochet to bring our books to work.
Bezrat Hashem. Wow, very nice. And on to the rankings, guys.
Rankings.
Week number, it's so weird. We just had the previous one, but
back-to-back games.
Week number 13. This week was full of action.
Yeah.
Crazy games. I want to congratulate a few of us here at the right time for winning, and unfortunately some of us for losing. At number 14, we're going to go with Maroon again, officially eliminated from the playoff.
Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah, I know. It sucks for them. It was a close game versus Light Blue. Very close game. You know what? Haven't they won twice, right?
Yeah.
They're a good team.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they were up like 15 at the half.
I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
I was watching the game and I said 4-on-4. There's no way Light Blue's losing.
Oh, they were playing without Ozzy.
Yeah, but it was a 4-on-4. So Yochananov is free. He's a free bird. You know what I mean? He can do.
He showed more. He was shining more in that game. No.
I didn't watch the whole game. I saw some clips. He had some nice plays. 4-on-4 for a guy like him is how do you stop him?
It's a walk in the park.
So yeah, Maroon fought. Maroon's a good team, but unfortunately they're out. Number 13, another unfortunate scenario. Number 13 is going to be Blue.
They lost by what? 15 last game. Against who?
They lost to Yellow, to Mr. Eliran over here.
All right.
They lost to Yellow. What do you think about their team?
They gave you a fight, no?
I love their team.
You think
Their
can
defense,
they win
Their
games
defense.
without Jacob Arambayev? Was it yesterday? Was it easy walk in the park, or was it a hard game?
I wouldn't say it's easy. I think their defense is very elite. They are missing their tier 1 who can give them that burst, but they do need help on the scoring.
That's a problem. Especially the tier 1's averaging 25, 30 a
You
game.
needed him.
Someone needs to grab the horns over there.
I think he's the one threat to a lot of teams.
You think we should implement a rule that if your player 1 gets injured, we should allow another player to join mid-season?
I would think that, yeah. Not a tier 1, but it could be a tier 2 to make it fair.
Tier 2 you think is fair?
Mishpato.
Very debatable. I would say tier 3, just to kind of keep the team afloat. Number 12, we have Light Green. They are not in a playoff spot right now.
They're out? No, they're not out.
They're not out.
Right.
They're not out. They did win.
Yeah.
So
Now,
now,
shocking against White. Look at that.
now
Look it off.
there's they beat
Upset.
There's a lot of ties right now for the last spot. A lot of 4-win teams.
There's a lot of confusion. So, Rabbi Analytics, can you
So okay,
can you give us the spread over here?
Chief Analytics.
Yeah.
He is the mental analytics.
Yeah.
We need the board to kind of give us. You're on the board. We need a clear layout of who plays who. We have no idea what's going on. So if 12 wins, does one play 12, or one plays the winner of 11-6?
Well, we're working on it.
So yeah, we got to figure. And I think we should do it before the playoffs. So it's
We need Psak Belden already.
Yeah, but it's not 5 versus 12. Isn't it?
it is 5 versus 12. What happens after that? Who does one play?
Or maybe it's
Do
going
they
to
play the
reseeded.
winner of 5-12? Because usually it doesn't work that way. So I don't. Yeah, we got to figure that out. Number 11, Rabbi Zeno's team, the great team.
We had
You guys have 4 wins, right?
Yeah.
So you have 4 wins. Light Green has 4 wins. But you have a tiebreaker on Light Green.
Yes.
Who won? You or Blue?
Blue beat us when they had Jacob earlier in the season.
So that's an issue because Blue also has 4 wins.
I think it goes to points at that point, no?
Well, at first it goes head to head.
Mm.
Win, but also Blue has 4 wins. You have 4 wins.
Gold?
has 4 wins. Gold's done. Gold's locked in with 4 wins.
But they have more losses, maybe, no?
No, they're done.
Oh, they're done.
Meaning they
finished their games.
They finished all their games. So if you win and light green wins, Gold's out.
Oh, wow. That's crazy. So next game is a big thing for a lot of people.
Unless blue also loses, and then gold and blue have to fight it out. I don't know who won that game.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's
So everybody's
getting
gonna
pretty
watch.
heated.
Everyone's gonna watch those last games.
It's
versus
getting
teal,
pretty
right?
crazy.
Yeah.
Who's playing teal?
Me. I'm playing team.
Oh, you're playing teal.
Last game of the
Versus
season.
teal, and then the day after it's teal versus navy blue.
Oh, wow. Look how everything
Teal
played out.
decide what's gonna happen over here.
Wow.
That's pretty
wow.
intense.
Wow.
Number.
But we had Ariel. Don't forget, we had Ariel, but he made a nice adjustment. He's the coach.
What do you mean we had Ariel?
We played green.
You guys lost.
Yeah, we lost, but we were up at the half.
You gotta give Ariel his flowers.
Yeah,
Is your team back?
Yeah, they were hungry. They were hungry.
Green looked hungry?
Nathan looked different, completely different that game.
What did you
Sam did a great job on him. But still, he was.
What did you tell your team? He doesn't want to tell us. He doesn't want the eye in horror. When did you become so spiritual? I thought you were
Philosophical.
Yeah, philosophical, bro. What the
Number
hell is
10.
this guy? Number 10. We're gonna go with gold.
They're done. They're not playing anymore.
Yeah, you know it's weird. They're 4 and 9. They're done.
They're sitting and watching, eating popcorn.
They might not make the playoffs, but they're such a good team.
They turned it up the last few games.
Who was their tier 2?
David Natale was playing good,
Yeah, he woke up mid-season.
playing well. They got mid-season. They won a couple of games.
They took your advice.
They did take my advice. Then they won a couple games. They barely lost to Black. A lot of close games. You can't rule them out. Eitan, as we all know, is a crazy shooter, but
We'll see how it plays out.
they might not make the playoffs. That's the craziest part.
Yeah.
Number 9, light blue. Much needed win. They lost 5 of 6 games, I think.
I don't think they're still where they really could be and they're supposed to be, like playing as a team. But
And they should be higher.
yeah,
Could be higher.
Yeah. They had so much potential.
I agree.
It's like a little bit of life, but like not fully there yet.
Listen, maybe this could be the springboard to maybe.
I'm excited to see that.
Higher up. Number 8. We're gonna go with green.
Opa.
Yours truly.
Everyone's saying they're like playing this thing to tank to get the seeding.
I don't believe that.
No, he said last week when first Macha, no such thing. We were playing our hearts out every game.
What do you think about Rabbi Zeno's team?
They're a good team. Aggressive.
We just have to execute.
Why is
Our
he too
problem's
politically
execute.
correct? You're too politically correct.
They're a good team. What do you want me to say? They suck? No, they were up 11 at the half. We had to make a comeback. We had to make an adjustment. Yaakov Shalamov and his brother were freaking scoring on him.
Sam's a good kid. I like him.
Yeah. No, but Yakubov was hitting threes like nuts.
Yakubov was hitting threes.
Who, Johnny?
Yeah.
and
He got him back in the game.
You got him.
2 back-to-back threes.
Yeah, when he's hot, it's like
Yeah.
him and Daniel.
But his shots don't even look like they're going in. They look like they're rattling somehow. I don't know.
I
It's
play with
crazy.
him.
Shout out to his nice hat.
We wish you guys the best of luck. Hopefully, you guys refind your championship form. You got one game. Who's your last game?
Light blue.
I wouldn't be surprised if they somehow get to
We're
the finals
missing
again.
Nate, and they're missing Nate.
Nateless game.
So you probably have that.
We're both.
Hopefully your boys heal.
Number 7. I did not grade this team. Our guest Eliran did. We're gonna go with orange. What do you gotta
Why'd you
say?
put them there? You really believe in them? Or you put them lower? You're saying, what were they last week?
We were number 5. Now
Ah,
we're
you
number
went
7.
lower. You put them lower.
I think they have
we dropped.
a nice team. I just
What's
don't
their issue?
They're not meshing well.
They have a chef, and then they have a shack. Well, what's do you have all the weapons? No.
I played against them. I think they don't utilize him so well.
They have to find a way for him to get in his
We
zone.
got outcoached by Teal. We got they had a game plan. They're just gonna run, and we had no answer.
Slow, too slow.
Well, we were supposed to slow it down, but we didn't. So we got outcoached.
They are faster than you.
Yeah, that's why we were supposed to
probably the
slow it down.
fastest team in the league.
We were supposed to slow it down on offense to counter that, to kind of make it no turnovers, smart shots, get it set up to go back on the fast break if they fast break, and we were not.
Who's the next game for Orange?
It was embarrassing. Next game for Orange is light green.
Ooh.
I like that matchup for us.
Yes.
Tom versus Eric, but I like it. We'll see what happens. Light green is hungry for a win. They got playoffs on the line, so it's going to be a tough game. Hopefully we win. We'll see.
You still in the conversation to buy? No.
Yeah, we are. So right now, actually, you guys made it very complicated because right now we're 7-5, yellow is 7-5,
4 teams that are complicated.
purple is 7-5,
And teal.
so teal is
6-5.
6-5.
Teal beat me. So if they get another win,
Yeah, so
Might be 7-5.
complicated.
did you beat purple?
No, I'm playing them next week.
Oh,
That's going to be a
That's
big
the
game.
biggest match.
That could decide the bye for you, by the way.
So it's like 3 groups. Like who's first, and then who's the bye, and then who's makes the playoffs.
It's
Interesting.
the bye also is very complicated because even if purple wins, purple might not get the bye because we beat purple.
Oh my
So
god.
if we win, we get a tiebreaker of purple, we get the bye. So it is.
It's complicated.
We for sure need a video. We need a video. I have to
we need
explain
a
all
video.
this.
Coach Avi will give us a video. Number 6, yellow. You guys are playing great, man. 7-5.
What is
do
it
you-
this year? It's because you have Yosef. You feel comfortable. You feel good.
Yeah, I would say that. I would say my
Moshe
team-
Baruchov's defense.
I would say we have a well-balanced team. Everyone knows their roles.
You gambled with Moshe Samechov this year.
I gambled, but I got.
Yeah, you got paid. You got paid.
What do you want to see more of out of your team?
I want to play more off the ball.
You want to play off. So who's bringing up the ball? Yosef?
Yosef can do it. Last night I had 24 at the half,
Wow,
and I was
Nice.
playing off the ball.
That's
he
amazing.
was cooking.
And then it was time for Yosef to shine, and he's
That's amazing.
you know,
They have
he
like
shined at the half.
Yeah.
I shined at the first half. He shined the
You
second.
guys
half.
basically took turns.
1-2. Batman Robin.
Number 5. We're gonna go with teal.
They climbed a lot.
They've been climbing. They beat us bad. They
I like that. 5 is.
You know,
great.
people, they think I don't like teal because I called them out. I said what I needed to say. They needed to move the ball. They were a messed up team. You
Yeah.
know, 6-7 weeks.
Train wreck.
Train wreck. It was embarrassing. And they moved the ball so well against us. And but they ran and they moved. They dished out. They found the open man. It was a well-oiled machine.
Their rookies improved a lot also.
Big time.
Yeah.
Big time. David Chavizov had a crazy game.
Yes.
And Yakubov had 8 threes. You know that?
Wow.
8 threes.
That's and nobody
we
talks
played
about
man.
that. That's
We played
silent.
man. He had 8 threes.
Ray Allen.
He was just chucking up and it wasn't missing. Like we knew when the ball was in the air, it was going in.
The quietest
If you
Yakubu.
think about, I mean, all those 3 brothers, they're balling this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all
Ellie's
having great years.
balling.
Guys, if you wanna become a good ball player, go to Shah Sabzi. You'll become a good ball player.
Yeah, Teal's a good team. Number 4, purple. Another good win against gold this week. Purple again. Israelov is unstoppable. Coach Avi 30 points. Big problem when you have 2 top 5 scorers on the same team.
Guy was 36 years old.
Yeah, we got to mention that. 36 years old.
MVP.
I don't know about that. We'll give him his flowers, but I don't know about that. We got to talk about Jason
Take the argument.
Israelov.
Israelov is more important to that team than him.
Yeah.
So how are you giving him MVP?
Yeah.
36 years old, averaging close to 25 points a game.
36 years old is not a catalyst for MVP. It's not in parentheses.
Look at us. We're 30 and 31. We're
MVP,
not
36
averaging.
years old. Yeah, but it doesn't mean you're the most valuable player in the league. It means you're impressive. If you want to have an impressive player of the year, okay, I can give it to him. That's pretty impressive what he's doing, you know. But
Everybody knows what it's gonna be like when coach wins, and then you're gonna hear him after. Everybody knows. All right, here we go.
number 3, white. They lost to light green. I'm not dropping them. One bad game. It happens.
It's a hiccup.
People say, "Oh, what does mean one bad game?" You know, they always make fun of me when I say that. NBA teams lose games. You know, the Warriors lost 9 games or 10 games when they had their run.
Yeah.
You're gonna lose games. You know, even if you play bad teams and they just lost the game, so it happens. You know. Number 2, red.
Wow, what a game! That was like a playoff game. That was
wild.
crazy. It was wild.
That was right before you guys played, right?
Yeah.
What you think of the game?
Crazy game.
Crazy blocks. Those blocks were insane.
Gabby,
Cafizzo.
shout Gabby out.
He had the block
Of the season.
of Ami Jim.
That stare down.
Yeah.
And that stare down, bro.
We're gonna frame it. He frames it in his house. He puts it
I
on.
felt bad for Abe. He's like just trying to like, yo, what do you mean? I still play well. Like, advice to you, Abe, after that block, Gabby, that was a nasty block. Just give him his flowers. And the truth is, you know, Abe's an amazing player. You know, this happens to everyone. It doesn't speak to who Abe is as a person and his game, because he also played amazing. Abe had a great game.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Abe did have a great game. You know, 2 things can be true at the same time. Abe had a great game, but Gabi Hafizov took Abe, cleaned the floors with him.
Yeah, that was
on that
crazy.
one play.
That was crazy.
But big shout out, by the way, Abe making a CM tonight.
Oh,
Big
Mazel tov,
Abe.
him.
Congrats.
And Bez Hashem, may many more people in our circles making more CM. Actually,
Amen.
one guy is making a CM Hashas shortly.
Whoa,
Disclosed.
whoa,
Not on Mishnah, it's on Gemara.
whoa.
Daf Yomi.
And what?
Not through Daf Yomi.
Well, some through Daf Yomi.
On his own pace, basically.
On his own pace.
Wow, that's
One of
cool.
our guys.
No
One of the
kidding.
Z-League guys, yes. So
He's a player?
To be announced. To be announced. But anyways, yeah, Red is good. Do you think that if Rob was there, it would have been such a close game?
No, I don't think so. I don't think
I
so.
have no idea.
I think Black would dominate if they had Rob.
Also, Jason was hurt. He was bad ankle.
That's what
He
I
had
thought.
55,
He had
though.
55 points.
How
You don't understand. He did it for my following. He was going
You
nuts.
at the game.
He was going. Yeah, it was at the end.
When I was watching the game, Jason looked a little bit off.
He was.
He wasn't bringing up
Our
the
mind, me and him, our minds are not here yet. You know, we're still like in the days.
How is he related?
He's my wife's cousin.
It's his-
That's his uncle. It's his father's uncle.
Got it. When you saw Jason play, did he look 100%
On Red, against Red?
against Red?
Me, he did. He dropped 55 points.
55, yes, but he wasn't bringing up the ball towards the
Right,
end of the game,
right.
which was shocking to me.
Right.
Johnny Barca was bringing it up. He was passing it out a lot.
Tell you, he was hurt, but he
was
did it. He
running
got the
his
job
target.
done. He got the job done.
So
He's a pro.
I
He's a
think
pro.
That's pretty ridiculous. Scoring 55 points hurt against the best defensive team in the league.
Yes, short-handed.
If you
Well,
Yuri came later. He didn't start the game. Yuri came later.
Yeah, Jason is the MVP. I mean, we don't even have to say this.
I don't know.
It's-
Eyes closed.
it's-
Eyes closed.
it's- yeah, and
But my question is, would you want to give an MVP to the same reigning
yes,
every year?
Yes, no problem.
that a
Listen,
rule?
If he deserves it, why not?
Jason. I'll tell you like this: if Jason,
Go and do better.
now we're number one, Black. You know, just formally number one is Black. But if Jason was 6'5" and could dunk, you know, and was scoring just by driving in, I would maybe say, you know what, maybe let's just give it to someone else, make it fair. But there was one game where Jason missed a couple of free throws. Next day, he's in the park shooting free throws. Like there's a certain level of commitment and
Yeah.
hard work
Yeah.
that I see in a guy, and I say, wait a second, this is a message that we want to spread to every single player in the league. If you're going to work hard, you're going to be successful, you're going to get rewarded. That's how life is. We're not going to take away reward from people who work hard. So when I see a guy who is where he is because of the dedication he puts to the game, you have to respect that.
No pain, no gain.
I don't think he has any God-given talents that other people can't attain.
Oh,
I don't think so.
He works
His
very hard.
IQ of the game is by far the greatest in Ami right now, in terms of just IQ. So he could suck, he'll still get 20 points just from his IQ. Coach Avi obviously also is up there, averaging 30 points a game when not in the best shape. His IQ is really high. If you want to say cherry picking, he has it's a talent to be able to cherry pick like that. It is. You have to know when to run. You have to know how to sell it. Listen, we all know he's cherry picking, right? Green did an amazing job. Didn't let him cherry pick once, but he knew when to just have that burst, and he got it at the right time. So that's a talent. It's a certain talent to understand. It's an IQ talent. You have to understand the game enough to know where to do it. So I do believe that Jason should be able to get. He's probably going to get, I don't know, the next 10 MVPs. I mean,
All right, let's see
I don't
what
know.
our guest has to say for the end. Ask him.
Oh, top 3 for MVP.
Jason, Ariel Israelov,
And Eliran Aminov.
Coach Avi.
Oh,
And
wow.
3 for finals.
Black. Take Yellow in there.
Okay, one more.
And I was going to say a surprising team, but I think Teal can make it to the final.
Wow. I like it. First time I heard that.
It's going to take it all.
Yellow.
And DPOY.
Gabi Hafizov, hands down.
After that game, right?
Too.
did he take Jason at all, Ari?
I don't know.
There was a couple plays where he
Couple.
blocked him.
Yeah, and he blocked his
Other
three
than that, I
also.
think if he plays one-on-one with anybody, he would lock you up.
Wow.
For a big man to jump like that, to walk like that, it's crazy.
And who's the 2 other people for DPOI?
Johnny Borokhov.
Ooh.
Daniel.
Green team.
Green team, yep.
I just want to make one special announcement. about the upcoming, where they're starting the kids clinic again.
Round 2.
Round 2 from ages from 4 to 6 and 6 to 8. There's literally, only 36 spots.
Wow.
And if you guys saw any of the videos, it fills up very quickly. It's a great way for the father spend time with the kid feel connected, develop skills.
They get jerseys too.
They get jerseys. They get trophies at the end also. There's coaches there. There's people that's going to train them. There's special equipment there for them. So sign up as soon as possible. There's only 36 spots, and last time it filled up very quickly. And that is all.
Amazing. Good job, guys. Hazak Baruch.